Hello, and welcome to this episode of Transylvania Beckons, a V20 Vampire the Dark Ages Chronicle that loosely follows the events of the Transylvania Chronicle. We'll go ahead and go around and introduce ourselves before we start this episode, which is titled The Setting of the Web. I'll go ahead and start on this rare occasion. I am Avery. I will be everyone who's not about to introduce themselves. You can find me on all of the social medias at Golden Gwydion. And you can find me as a player on Witcher, The Ways of Old, right here on the Rolling Nomads channel. So we'll go ahead and we'll go on over to the wonderful Huddy von Schland.
Hi, I'm Huddy, or Huddy von Schland. I'm a World of Darkness community ambassador. I'm also a storyteller for the now ended Blood on the Grand Strand, but also for Are We Dead Yet? And the upcoming Hunter the Reckoning Secrets of the Schwarzwald and Vampire the Masquerade Berlin Bloodlines. And tonight, I'm playing Sister Gisela von Heidenheim the Malkavian.
Hello, everybody. I am the Azure Butterfly, or Azure for short, or simply Rachel. I am the creative director over at the Rolling Nomads. You can find me on Witcher Ways of Old as Ingrid of Sintra, and I am here on Transylvania Beckons as Jill, or Prince Juliana Volstadt.
Hello, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on all the things. I play Cersei in The Ways of Old, but today I will be playing Rosalind of Tremere.
Hi, I'm as I was on all the social medias because I think I'm funny. And you can find me here on the Rolling Nomads Mondays for Witcher Ways of Old, playing Relg. But today I get to play Jack, the not so lost, kind of lost now, Prince of Sigisra. And you can also find me on Huddy's channel for Are We Dead Yet? And you definitely should check out the finale of Blood on the Grand Strand so you can cry with the rest of us.
Because you know what? What do nerds do if we don't cry together?
Exactly.
So, without much further ado, we'll go ahead and do a quick recap of the previous session. So, on their way to a previously unmentioned place that Zelios has marked on the map where he needs to build something, which Rosalind knows to be the Tremere fortress of Seorsis. They stopped in a sleepy little city of Simisera, where there was a brief interaction with the Prince Alarun of Clan Nosferatu, asking them their business. But there was also a lovely little happy reunion between Sister Gisela and the rest of the Coterie, with her blood husband and child, Aldous. Yeah, I know, it sounds weird coming out of your mouth, but it doesn't make the facts any different.
He's my son husband.
He's my husband's son. Perfect. I mean, to be fair, Jill's in the same boat, so...
We're gross.
A little bit problematic.
I'm sure it's fine. And with that, there was the long-awaited adding to the retinue of one torpid Herr Goratrix of Clan Tremere. There was some discussion. Aldous sent back home to make sure things were going well and to keep him safe. The retinue traveled to a village at the base of the Transylvanian Alps, Alcedits, where they were met by a retinue of Tremere ghouls, for being met by none other than Tremere himself, using a ungodly outpour of power, forced the Coterie to their knees and into unconsciousness all of the mortals in attendance. And alleviating Jack of his ability to see, before handing over Garatrix and Etrius being tasked to find out what the Coterie's price was and pay them. With that, most of the group decided on a boon to be decided at a later date by the Royal Tremere, not the Tremere himself. Rosalind asking for a cease in the whispers of a blood marriage to Giraud Arpad of Clan Ventru to consolidate power between the Ventru and the Tremere within Transylvania. With that, and a very 1920s radio personality, Tata, Goratrix banished himself from the presence of the Coterie, leaving you all in a strange midst of awakening of all of the mortals, and Jack being sightless and blood dripping down his face from empty eye sockets. And that is where we ended the last session. So now you all find yourselves with there's the rustling of armor, the whinnying of the horses that are now coming to consciousness.
If I remember correctly, the last thing that Jill was doing was rushing up to Jack, hands on his shoulders. Jack, are you okay? It's me.
I can't
I got
see.
you. I got you. Can you heal it? You do this with your neck every day, every night. Can you
Go ahead and make me a frenzy check real quick, Jack. Roll your courage.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, my sheet. I should pull it up.
Yeah,
We're gonna say
courage.
the difficulty is 8.
Don't fuck me.
Idly threatening your dice.
You managed to stave off the frenzy, Jack. But that voice that always lingers deep within the depths of your soul. If you would have just been stronger, we could have had him. He was in arm's reach. You faltered. You are weak. There was a time when we would have not needed a next time. They took him from us.
Jack's gonna shove himself up off the ground.
Jill shifts up with him.
Go ahead and make me a quick path roll. Because you are resisting a frenzy, not riding it, and you are on the path of the beast.
Yeah. So that's the 5 dice in my road?
Yep.
Okay.
The difficulty for this one is your current path rating.
5. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's 4 successes. That's a 5. Okay. All right. You guys all get to stay in this pile over here.
All right.
You go
So
to jail.
you will not take what is the equivalent of a stain, which is superficial path damage. But you find a way to justify it to yourself, not giving in to what is natural.
Probably for Jack, it would be that the closest one is Jill. Where did he go?
He's gone. It's safe. Can you heal this?
That's a great question. Can I heal this?
It is 3 levels of aggravated. So you will need to spend 2 points of blood per.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Do you have enough blood?
That is a later Jack problem. Jack's gonna just hold his head in his hands and try and smear the blood back into place and spend more than half his blood pool. Okay.
Jill's currently doing like the rubbing of the sides, kind of like comforting attempt.
You can go ahead and remove those wounds.
Bye-bye, blood. Bye-bye.
It's a strange sensation feeling like a gelatinous organ regrow. A reestablishing of pressure that should be there. It's strange. But you do heal.
Once Gisela sees that the eyes are back in Jack's head, she will look at Rosalind, who's not super happy with this whole situation, and will say, perhaps you could offer Jack one of your people. I am sure that took a lot out of them.
Yes.
Even your personal blood doll might be a nice gesture.
Yes, of course. And I'll... Is there any, like, close enough? Like, within... walking distance?
You actually see your blood doll is walking up to you with an object in her hand.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and roll me a... wits and awareness.
Okay.
We'll say the difficulty is 7.
Oh gosh, okay.
You got this.
Can I willpower that?
You can.
Because I got 2 1s and 2 successes, so that's not good. That's better. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She's walking up to you with a piece of parchment in her hand, but that's not what catches you. Her eyes have that glazed over quality that mortals have when they've been dominated.
I'll walk up to her and, like, meet her.
She reaches out and hands you the piece of parchment and then kind of shakes her head. What happened? I think I should lie down.
Can you offer your blood first?
Your will, my hands.
And I'll call Jack over.
Jack is looking for the nearest mortal. He's not doing so good. He would have taken a step away from Jill, actually.
You can feed. It's okay.
Jill's gonna walk up to Jack and kind of like help try to guide him towards where the blood doll is. It's okay. I got you. I'm here. Jack, it's me.
How many blood points does a human have? 10?
Rosalind, you fed from this mortal earlier, yes?
I genuinely do not remember. I don't...
I think you took 1 point earlier.
Okay.
So there would be 9 currently in this mortal.
You can get a new one.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
I guess I could.
Jack will walk up and just sink his fangs directly into her neck actually, with being in control of himself. We watched some mortals freak out. Do you want me to do this here?
Not here.
So are you going inside of the caravan?
Carriage.
The nearest spot Jack can take her.
Okay.
He's hangry.
And how much blood are you taking?
All of it.
Woof.
Okay. This is, of course, in no way violating your path.
Mm-hmm.
You are hungry, and so you eat. 9 points of blood is restored to your system as the beast in you rejoices. And yet there is the slightest rumble. Could have hunted a better one. This one did not taste of fear. There was no thrill of the hunt.
No, but the next one we will hunt.
There's a slow recession of the beast. As her life's blood flows into you, and she becomes cold. There's a smile on her face as you pull away. She died fulfilling her purpose to Rosalind, which is to feed.
Jack will lay her body down on the seat of the carriage, wipe off his mouth, and hop out.
While that was happening, outside of the carriage, because it does take a few minutes to completely drain a mortal, Rosalind, you have this scrap of paper in your hand.
Yes, I'll read it.
It says, "Greetings, my dearest Rosalind. I hope that you have successfully concluded your business with the Master Geratrix, though I know you look forward to resting from your journey. I have a boon I must ask of you. You will have noticed that the weather has become more foul each day. The ground quakes, and I fear that our mountains shall crumble down if this does not soon cease. I believe these phenomena are caused by the thrashings of the cupola, as he seeks to thwart our plans to bind him. One castle yet remains which must be marked, that of the Semis Voivode Vintila Basarab. Although I hesitate to ask you yet again to undertake an arduous journey, I must do so. The Voivode's castle lies in the Bior Mountains, some miles north of your domain in Alba Iulia. Any of the locals can tell you how to find it if you are yet unaware of where it is. Though I would go and do the deed myself, I find that I must travel with all haste into the far west. I must ask you to complete our geomantic ward in my stead. Go to the Voivode's castle and convince him to let you carve the runes upon it. You shall know that you have succeeded when the rains stop. Enclosed are the runes which must be carved. I ask you for the good of us all. Zelios, the Master Builder."
I think Rosalind would read it and read it over. I think she would read over the sentence where he left and almost crumple the paper in anger, but then compose herself.
Is everything all right, Rosalind?
We have another task to do for the Master Mason.
Care to elaborate?
Well, in order to bind... Oh, you weren't there, right? So much. Master Mason is under the impression that there is a demon under Transylvania. And the only way to bind said demon is to write runes into all of the fortresses he's created. And a rune needs to be written in Vintila Basarab's keep.
So that is our next destination, then.
It's been 100 years or more since I've seen the Basarabs.
Likewise.
The court of Prince Radu.
Yes, I haven't seen them in quite some time.
Is this demon? Is this what Octavio was warning you about in your court?
I believe so.
Frightening concept if completely true, but if what Zelio said and the rains and the turbulent weather are a cause of that, or are a byproduct of that. That is something to look into.
You walk these lands, an immortal blood drinker, and you do not believe in demons, Jill.
I didn't say I don't believe in demons, but not sure what this one could be. I'm gonna keep my mind open.
So you are much wiser than when last we spoke.
I do try to get better, to learn, to survive.
Is anyone else concerned that Jack is taking so long with feeding on your blood doll, Rosalind?
And she'll actually kind of snap to at that and be like, no, you're right. And start to make for the door.
And as you open that door, you see Jack gently laying her corpse on the seat.
Rosalind?
Jack.
What was that?
Come here.
Can all of you do things like this?
I certainly can. Is she...
Is she what?
Did she drain her? Yes.
Yes. I'm still rather...
Then you will bury her. Gisela will look very upset and will tell you to bury her. Bring her outside.
Is the way clear?
What are the knights doing? What are they up to?
They're looking around very confused, like helping their horses stand and like retightening their like saddles and barding, and they look confused, and not at all really paying attention to any one thing.
So yeah, they're distracted then.
Gisela's resisting the urge to pull Jack out by the ear.
Mommy Gisela moment.
She'll look at the knights. The way's clear.
Good. I'm still rather hungry. Then he will gently pick up the blood doll's body. Is there woods nearby?
Yeah, there's a little copse of woods off the road.
You will dig as well.
There's no other way to bury a body.
I mean you. We're not helping.
Why are we not helping?
We are not beasts, Jack. You did not need to kill her. And now we are going to give her a proper burial.
I need both of the gangrel to give me a courage check.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Do it.
Mm-hmm. Ooh!
What's the difficulty?
7.
The difficulty is fuck you. I rolled 3 10s.
Oh.
So,
I'm gonna regret that.
Jack, you feel confident and composed. Jill, you feel a quick spike of, what did you just say to me? Before it very quickly recedes.
We are what we are, Gisela.
So you probably heard a little bit of a growl under Jill's throat after you said that.
It's who you want to be, someone who makes people's eyes melt out of their head when they do not agree to bow before you. Is that your ambition, Jack?
It's not the same situation, Gisela.
It is always the same. All of us are monsters. What we do is what matters. What you did matters, and I will give her a proper burial.
As you wish.
And as for you, Rosalind, I am sorry that I suggested it. Please accept a boon on my behalf for Jack's misguided feeding.
Accepted.
Wunderbar.
Jack's gonna start heading towards the woods because eventually the knights are gonna start paying attention.
As Jack carries the body towards the woods, there is a soft peal of thunder. And a soft but steady sheet of rain begins to fall. Not drenching. Soft, steady, cool. As with your abilities, Jack, it doesn't take long to dig.
I'm trying to remember if this one is high enough. I have the book in front of me. I can't just push her into the earth. I think.
You can. Well, if you go with her and then go out, that's
Fitting.
so. You're going to enter in the earth and then? Okay. There's no roll required there. So there's no real opposition, and the soil is loose and now wet.
And Gisela would have been praying prayer for the dead over the body.
As you do, there's a certain sense that surrounds you, Gisela. Nothing so supernatural as your visions, but that sober understanding that this is one of many. From the earth to the earth we return.
I think a horrible person in the future will say that a single death is a tragedy and many deaths is a statistic.
Indeed. As that business is completed, what's the Coterie's plan?
Well, once a moment finds itself, Jill's gonna look to Rosalind. She's gonna say, "When you have a moment, I must speak with you in private."
He was watching the body be buried a little impassively, and just look over at Jill and raise an eyebrow. Sure.
Thank you, Prince Rosalind.
And when the burial is complete, Gisela will then look to Jack and say, "You wanted to ask me about my religion. Well, you are free to ask any time. This is the first lesson."
Once Jack got out of the earth, kind of turned his head up towards the sky, kind of let the rain get the dirt off his face. Do you know demon, Gisela?
I've seen demons.
Zelio said we're dealing. And then your clanmate who visited Rosalind.
Yes, I'm aware.
I know very little.
I do not know what exactly about my religion, what exactly you want to know about that and this demon. But I can tell you, I have seen the very beating heart of Transylvania. I saw it before I died. I have seen it night after night. Almost 100 years, if not more. Time, what does it mean? If one of my clan says that it is a demon, heart that beats beneath this blood-soaked land, and I believe him.
It's in that moment, Gisela, that you hear the soft thumping. You see the ground that the girl was buried in. There's a soft pulse in the freshly disturbed earth.
And breaking every rule that she has for herself, she'll look right at Jack and say, I see it beating now. From the very soil you just crawled out of.
So Zelios was telling the truth.
Why would he lie?
He wouldn't. He just spent the last 100 years being lied to.
Yes.
Not all Canaanites are as reliable.
She will dare to put a hand on Jack, despite what it might mean for her.
Jack
And
was
she
better. Yeah.
and she will say, Lesson 2 about my religion, Jack. I forgive you for what you have done. And I forgive the reasons that you have done it.
It makes you feel better, Gisela.
No. The forgiveness is not for me. It is for you. I recommend when you go back to your domain, walk amongst your people, and I don't mean the Canaanites. See the people. See them. For they are not here long. Wash the feet of the lepers. You will feel perhaps differently. And then she will, I assume, have started making her way back to the caravan.
So I ask you again. What's the plan?
Rosalind will look at the ground one last time and then look back at Jack and start making her way back to the caravan as well. Just wait for everyone to meet up.
Jill's going to be watching Gisela and Jack for a moment from a distance, but then follow.
As you all reconvene in the caravan.
Well, Zelios is very clear on what he needs from us.
If it's as important as he stated it is, then it is something that we must do.
Yes.
It is best that we be as swift as possible with it, too.
Before the heartbeat gets stronger, I suppose. And Jack will kind of look to Gisela.
Gisela will look back at Jack, acknowledge what he said, but she's right now tapping finger against the side of the caravan in 3 taps, and she'll just keep doing that for right now.
How far is the Basara keep from where we are now? What direction?
From here, it is 4 days back to Alba Iulia,
Okay.
and then it is another half a night's ride north.
Okay. So we have to go home anyway, which is I can get another blood doll. That's good. Well, it's 4 nights back to my domain, and then half a night to our destination. We can stay in Alba Iulia for a night and rest if need be.
Resupply, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be wise.
Are we sure we don't want to go try and find Zelios?
I would love to, if I knew how.
I have scouts that I sent
Have you heard
Where?
back?
to the destination that he said that he was going to be going.
Why did you do that?
It is best to know everything as much as we can. So I felt it'd be better if we had a little potential heads up on what we might be going into. So they are keeping an eye on him, but keeping a distance.
Okay.
So we wait to hear back from your scouts to see if Zelios makes it to his destination, and we go right the symbol in the Basarab keep.
Yes.
Has anyone talked to Ventila? We should probably let at least someone from the Voivodate know.
Yeah, have any of us heard from Ventilla? Not that I think outside of Rosalind, any of us really had that much of a connection with him.
Like the last 150 years, word of Ventila's exploits, fighting off the Tremere, are plainly spoken, but as of the last about 4 years, it's been very quiet.
What about Sherazina or the other one, something with a D? I can't remember.
Dragomir. Sherazina writes letters to you sometimes, Gisela, just checking in and, touching base because you freed her from a very uncertain fate. So she writes to you from time to time.
Okay.
I have in my notes that, did Zelios tell us that Dragomir's now running things? Yeah, okay, Ventila's dead.
Mm-hmm.
You say that out loud to all of us?
Yeah.
Well, didn't Zelios say that? Someone yeah.
I mean, Hadi knows that it happens eventually, but I wasn't sure if it happened yet. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. So
all of us, or just Rosalind.
Well,
Zelios made mention that Ventila had passed in the Camarilla at Rosalind's court.
Right. Jack's just so angry. It's fine. Don't pay attention to him.
So we write to Dragomir. Is Mika still up there?
Last I heard, he's in Constantinople.
All right.
You still keep in touch with them?
That they know.
I'd rather not discuss it.
Oh,
interesting.
So it ended badly.
Oswald will... Anyway. No, we should write to Dragomir.
Just so he knows that we're coming.
Would I... Continue.
It sometimes doesn't look good when there's several princes showing up to one's domain.
No, not quite. I have a question, though, for the storyteller. Would I be welcome there?
That's not a good sign.
It's not.
That's a difficult question. You are Tremere. That is a part of that domain, is technically a part of the Voivodate. But you're also a prince, so refusing you hospitality would be a very poor decision.
Cool, good to know.
So I think the best way for me to answer that would be you're not sure.
Okay. Alright, neat. I don't know how welcoming they'll be to me, but
so then
I shouldn't outright.
You, the better.
Exactly.
Perhaps we should also write to Sherazina. Perhaps she can convince her brother to be more welcoming, more hospitable.
Yes.
Do you have someone here that you could send with a letter? fastest horse?
I could probably send a knight with a letter, yeah?
If you would like.
Yes, I do. I could send one of my knights.
Probably
how
be
long
best
will it
if
take for
it's
it
somebody that you trust.
I'll send one of the named knights.
intercepted?
Got it.
One of the named knights.
Not background night number 4.
Yep, exactly.
Let me name him Mate.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's my Romanian friend. His name's Mate.
Oh, I love that.
Wonderful. So you scribe your letters as you see fit,
hmm
send them off, and begin your journey back to Alba Iulia then.
Yes.
We probably should also give them a time frame of how long we'll be there. So Jack would have asked,
How long it'll take for you to write that symbol? Is there a whole process? I know that some of these things take time.
Now,
Looking at the back of the letter, the runes required and the patterns that they are required in are all illustrated on the back of the letter.
Mhm.
With your skill in rune crafting, it might take you an hour or two.
Yes, that's a question. Can she-
Storyteller has an answer.
Can she touch the letter and use the spirit's touch?
You absolutely may.
I forgot I took that. Even though I mentioned it a bunch of times, I totally forgot. That is, for me, perception and empathy, which is a stellar roll.
It is.
5.
It is a stellar roll for you.
What is that ability called?
Why can't I find my empathy?
Empathy,
Same.
talents. 1, 2, 3.
That's a lot for me. That's a lot of dice.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dice. Ooh, and I got no ones.
nice.
Nice.
How many successes in total?
Well, it depends on what the difficulty is.
Since it's rather new, I'm going to go ahead and say 5.
Oh, then a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This was indeed scribed by Zelios. That is the first thing that is abundantly clear.
I would have asked Rosalind to touch it also. I wouldn't have just taken it from her.
Oh, yes,
I didn't mention that.
Just yoinking the letter
Snap.
right out of Rosalind's hand.
His emotional state in the writing is something that catches you off guard. There is anxiety, but you feel a longing, a nostalgia for something that doesn't exist, or a nostalgia for something you never knew, maybe. And you see, for a brief moment, Zelios in the form of a great albatross flying over broad seas, oceans. Weary and tired, landing in stark night on a rocky shore where there's campfires and nets and tall leather tents with red paints on the outside of them. Brown-skinned people with long black hair, adorned with beads and feathers and bones.
Okay.
And with 7 successes,
Yep.
you know that that Zelios is crossing the Atlantic.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's crossing the Atlantic. Okay, I was like, okay, he's got to be crossing the Mediterranean into Africa. No, he's crossing the Atlantic. Oh,
The
good
letter
lord.
says that he was going into the far west,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
which, just to state the time period, nothing is believed to exist beyond the west of Europe.
Right. So when he says he's going west, he's not talking like Spain. He's talking like he's going to North America. He's going like that far, tired that far across the ocean. All right.
I didn't know
All right.
Celios was in the New World that fucking long ago.
Elios is a boss. I love him. Anyway. Yeah, so Gisela would have asked you politely for the letter and not have just yoinked it out of their hand, which is how Huddy made it sound. And she would just hold it for a long time with her eyes closed and sort of rubbing her hands all over it. And she would just say, unfortunately, Prince Rosalind, your desire to speak with Celios will very likely not be possible. He is leagues and knots away from us.
Do you know where he's going?
Not precisely. Somewhere very few people of our caliber have seen, if any at all.
That sounds quite ominous.
I don't think so. Not in the way that you mean. But either way, what he has left for us to accomplish is very important. That he has trusted you or us with such a thing is of deep, deep importance to him.
I see.
So it must be something we must complete. Your discomforts over seeing the Basarabs aside.
So he's no longer going to the location that was described on the map?
He has crossed an ocean I have never seen.
Jill, you should let your scouts know that their journey is in vain.
Where he has gone, no scout or knight in our domains could follow.
It's in that moment, Gisela, that as you mean to say in our domains, what comes out of Gisela's mouth is in our time.
Time?
And she'll give you back the letter, Russell.
Rosalind will take it.
And she'll go back to tapping 1, 2, 3 on the caravan.
I hope we have that time, but if not, we'll head back. Wait for word that we won't be unwelcome by the Bastarabs.
Have you a cathedral or a chapel in your domain, Prince Rosalind?
We do.
I would, if it is, I have asked much of you already. I owe you a boon, and I am on your good graces, as I have no retinue with myself. If it is not too much trouble, I would like to be there as long as we are at your home.
I believe that can be arranged.
Most kind. Thank you.
So, the journey home begins. You do have 4 nights. So any conversations that need to occur over the course of the journey, now is the time.
Yeah, Jill said she wanted time alone with Rosalind, so Jack would have just gone on one of the horses outside the carriage, so they could have that time.
So we're alone now? It's just Rosalind and Jill?
Mm.
Jill's gonna be quiet for a moment, looking down as if she's pondering the exact things she wants to say, and then she looks up at you, her eyes fierce, studious. She looks at you and she's going to say, that person that came, who was that?
Which person are you referring to?
The one that made me kneel.
That was Tremere.
Tremere.
Yes.
And what we approached about you before, with Jack's people going missing. What do you know of that?
Question, actually. I know, so does Rosalind know that Verstani is doing her thing?
You know that her official title
Is
is the
Mistress?
Mistress of Gargoyles.
Yes.
You are not privy to how they are made,
Okay.
but you know that he has created some kind of ritual that makes gargoyles.
So Rosalind will be quiet for a moment, thinking. Not a lot.
Do you know if it's your people, your Tremere, that are doing this?
I cannot say.
Cannot or won't?
I cannot say.
Sometimes, as I've learned, saying little can sometimes say a lot. You are one of my coterie. I would like to believe that you have not played me in any way. And I am approaching you as a fellow prince, possible friend. I must keep my own safe. And the reward that was asked, a boon from Clan Tremere, I would have you pay it. I remember you have a way about you to contact those that you are connected to, your child or your sires. Is that something that you can teach?
No.
Even with the boon?
I cannot.
Very well. She's going to furrow her brow a bit, and then she's going to say, then let us leave it with words, then. My request of you, as my coterie member, as my friend, I'm approaching you about this as kindly as I can, is to do whatever it takes within your power to make sure that Jack and Scylla are safe from whatever it is that is happening. That is all that I am asking of you now, Rosalind.
I will do what I can.
And take my hand on this, and let it be a bond between us that you will Keep your word. She's going to extend her hand.
Rosalind will look at her hand for a moment and then slowly extend hers.
Jill's going to take that hand, and it's a firm squeeze. She'll get a little closer, and then she's going to say, know what I'm about to say. I say once again with the utmost kindness, should any harm come to pass to them, to those that I care about, by Clan Tremere, and I find out, know that the pass will forever be shut to you and yours, and that with all the power that I have, and in the face of whatever god there may be, I will bring a reckoning, and the blood of your clan will rain from the skies. And then she's going to release the hand, and then take a leap.
In that moment that you are now alone, Rosalind,
Mm-hmm.
that Garatrix words rattle in your mind about how you'll never be able to trust them. He and Celestine are the two that have always seen the spark of greatness in you, and greatness cultures envy in those beneath you. To be asked such a thing, and then to give the honest answer of I will do what I can, and to be greeted with, if any harm comes to them by Clan Tremere, your beast is roiling. Not only was this an affront, but you could take this as a declaration of war if you chose. If it were to your liking, Prince Juliana Volstadt of the sleepy little hamlet that is Borgio Pass declared war on the most centrally located, most heavily fortified domain in all of Transylvania. And that thought sticks and solidifies before deftly being inserted in that piggy bank of things that you could need later on.
Yep, that's how she operates.
It is in that moment that you see once again, sitting tucked into the cushion of the seat that Jill was sitting on, is Garatrix's bloodstone ring.
I'm gonna take it and just look at it, study it.
It's beautiful. It has the symbol of the Knights Templar in the one side of the silver band. It's a beautiful bloodstone. It's been carved in gorgeous facets. To the uninitiated eye, there would be nothing that could tell it apart from a ruby. And in the other side, there is, of course, the coat of arms of Clan Tremere has been pressed into it. And with this close of an examination, you see that there is an inscription on the inside. It is in Latin, and it says, "Death be to tyrants. Sic semper tyrannis."
Huh. Okay. Neat.
And with that, we will go ahead and we'll take our break. And we will be arriving in the city of Alba Iulia to begin our prep and movement towards the Basarab estate. We'll see you in 5. Welcome back from our wonderful break. We hope that you enjoyed our tech and bio time as much as we did. But now we are back, arriving in the city of Alba Iulia. 4 nights of travel have gone by. The city is yours for the evening. You arrive in the early evening, so you could depart tonight if you wished. It'll take a few hours to gather retinues and whatnot. So you can depart tonight if you wish. Or you can depart at the setting of the sun tomorrow. That is completely up to you guys.
It might be.
I'm fine with everyone else choosing.
I would like to know if we heard back from the Voivode, any of them, before making a decision on whether we leave tonight or tomorrow.
So are you guys all going with Rosalind to the castle?
Jill will.
Okay. If you're all
Yeah.
if you're all going there, there are 2 letters and a parcel which have been delivered. There is a letter that has the Malkavian coat of arms in its wax seal. That is addressed to the 4 princes' coterie. There is another letter which has the Semis clan seal on it. That is specifically addressed to Prince Rosalind of Clan Tremere. And the parcel, which is sealed with the Tremere clan coat of arms, is addressed to Prince Juliana of the House of Volstadt.
Interesting.
So, you have these 3 parcels before you.
Gisela wouldn't open it, wait for Rosalind to give it to her, or even let Rosalind open it as it was delivered to her domain.
Likewise for Jill. Because she's also kind of terrified that she sees it's the Tremere seal on the parcel, yeah. Can I have had something happen before we get to this point? Because I think it would make the most sense as we're walking towards the castle.
Sure.
Jill, on her small stature, is going to come up to you, Rosalind, walking at pace with you. And Jill's going to walk up and she's going to be like, Prince Rosalind, after a few days of travel, it occurs to me, thinking about it, that I may have acted out of sorts during our last conversation, and I wanted to offer you an apology.
Rosalind, roll me a courage check really quick.
Okay.
Difficulty is 7.
Where's my courage? Oh, there it is. 3 dice. Woo! None!
Make her squeal for it. She wants your forgiveness. Make her fucking beg.
Okay. As Rosalind actually... No, Rosalind will keep walking. And she won't look at you. She'll say, do you know what you did?
Spoke out of fear, out of anger.
You threatened me. I don't take kindly to threats.
Then what must I do to make up for it? As it has been made aware of me over the years that I do jump before I think on a lot of things.
Rosalind, you feel your beast purring, wetting its fucking claws.
I feel the most appropriate way to resolve this would be a boon. Seeing as you not only threatened me, but my entire clan.
Given the situation, I think you would find it understandable, my fear, but yes, whatever you require.
I'll call on you when I need you. And she'll actually walk faster.
Okay.
Love it. And so again, we find ourselves faced with these 3 parcels.
Rosalind will distribute them, actually.
Okay. So the ones addressed to the entire coterie, one is for Jill and one is for Rosalind.
Okay, I'll read out loud the one addressed to the entire coterie, actually. Firstly.
I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
Gisela will teach you to read. Don't worry about it.
Perfect.
It says, "Though I do not know you, word of your endeavors has reached my ears. A previous denizen of my domain has made inclination that you may be coming to visit soon. Know that do I not only welcome you with open arms, but I look forward to hearing of the exploits of the deep east of our beloved Europa. Signed, Pierre l'Imbécile."
Okay.
Postscript. My son speaks very highly of all of you. And I mean this with the greatest of warmth. Anatoly will be overjoyed to see you.
Anatoly.
And you would all know that in this current time, the current prince of Paris is none other than Pierre l'Imbécile. So, that is the letter addressed to the entire coterie.
Do you think that Lucita be with Anatoly? I haven't seen either of them.
I believe Gisela would just automatically say yes, based on her seeing a sort of, with Aldous, a vision sort of Anatoly and Lucita over his shoulder. So I think even though she doesn't know, she's just going to say, yes, I believe they will be together.
Good. Nice to... Some things haven't changed.
So, there are 2 more parcels.
I will open the one addressed to myself.
It says, "To our dearest neighboring prince, we appreciate your asking for hospitality and invitation, and as you did the good graces of escorting me to your caravan once, so shall I escort you within the walls of the Basarab's estate." And it is signed, Lady Sherazina of the House of Basarab.
Well, they know we're coming, and they seem welcoming.
That's good. At least that's one thing we don't need to worry about, potentially.
Jack, roll me a perception and awareness and add your acute senses dice.
Ooh, that's a 10. What's the difficulty?
6.
6? Okay. In that case, let's for success. So, 2. 6 successes.
As Rosalind pulls this letter out of the envelope, you get a distinct smell of something very rare in these parts. Lemons. Smell is faded, it's been dry for some time. But it has the scent of citrus, of lemons specifically.
Jack's gonna get up from where he flopped down in the chair and get closer to Rosalind and kind of lean in.
That's all. Oh, it smells. Citrus almost. It's old though. The smell. Citrus.
What does that mean? Anything to me?
Are you invoking your common sense, Merritt?
Do it.
It's gotta happen once a session at least.
It has to.
You've heard that if you write something with the juice of a lemon, it remains unseen until it passes over a flame.
The oldest form of invisible ink.
I didn't know that. Okay, cool. When after being like lemons, citrus, she'll be like, oh, and go to like a candle or a sconce, and
You're doing this in front of us.
As you run it over a candle, it takes a moment or two before a small postscript is now illuminated in black, which reads, "Forgive my secrecy, but Dragomir has been reading everything that I have been sending to and fro. He is quite unwell, and I've begun to become worried."
it would seem that Dragomir is actually not doing so well.
Not well.
Touch it. I want to touch the letter.
Is that gonna be new catchphrase? Is that gonna be new catchphrase, Huddy?
If you like make eyes at the letter, she'll just be like,
Huddy knows why he's not doing well, but Gisela wants to know too.
Yeah, go ahead and make me the same roll, and we'll that Spirit's Touch roll, and we'll say it's difficulty of 7.
What? Oh, okay. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will show you.
We let Gisela touch everything now.
With 8 successes.
Oh, alright, won't show it.
I believe you.
Oh no, my screen grabber thing is not working. I also have to update it. Okay, never mind.
So we'll go in the same order that we went with the previous letter that you Spirit touched.
Mhm.
The first thing that you know is that it was certainly penned by Sherazina Basarab.
Mhm.
However, she was not the last one to touch it. Of course, that was the messenger that brought it. But even before that, before it was even handed off to the messenger, she was not the last one to touch this letter. Dragomir was the last one to touch this letter.
Okay.
When you hone in on that feeling, you feel as if you've reached out and touched the black mirror. You see a madness that is deeper and more swirling and more consuming than even your own. You see a madness that is not the shattered pieces of the mirror, but the void that is left behind when those pieces have been discarded. You don't see a reflective madness, you see a consuming pit of utter insanity.
Okay.
And in the final moments of your vision with the Spirit's Touch, you hear that heartbeat. And 2 balefire green eyes open up in the darkness. And you hear in the depths of your mind, "I know you are coming, sister of Heidenheim."
At that, Gisela would tear up the letter, tear it up. She probably wouldn't be able to stop herself, and just let the pieces fall to the floor.
Are you all right?
I believe Dragomir has done something. Has done something to bring on this madness to himself, but I believe influenced by the demon of this land.
So it is not as...
Calls me to me. He calls my name. He knows my name.
The demon? Or
No, not the demon.
Dragomir.
No. It doesn't matter. But I believe Dragomir's not himself. He won't be himself when we see him. He'll be quite disturbed.
You wonder how that will impact our task.
Yes, I wonder that as well.
We should proceed with more caution, even if we, as the letter says, are approaching with more welcome than we expected. We should prepare.
He knows Sharazina wrote it. He knows. Said she told us about his condition. My suggestion is that we pretend that we don't know anything.
Of course.
I find that to be best. Situations.
Very well.
No one has seen eyes in the darkness, clean eyes in the darkness.
Only my own.
Does that ring any bells to me? Jill's just gonna shake her head.
No.
I must pray. There's nothing further. I must pray.
Of course,
Yes.
sister.
Yes, just point me in the direction of your chapel. I will be in there.
Would you like an escort?
I would very much like an escort, yes.
I'll actually send Anna Isabel. Go with her.
As that thought alights on you, you see the shadows in the corner of the room swell. The tendrils reach out of them and sort of whisk across each of you before Ana Isabel de Madrid steps forth from the shadows. Beautiful, long wavelets of black hair, as tan a skin as a Canaanite can have. And she walks up to you, Gisela, and falls at your feet and kisses both of your feet before she rises. I have heard so much about you.
Gisa will smile and take her hands and look very grateful to be with someone who shares the faith. She's having a difficult time forming pleasantries, social pleasantries.
She kind of looks to you. May I embrace you fondly?
You may.
Her hands find your cheeks and she plants a very gentle kiss on your forehead. She says, "Let us find succor in the grace of God."
Yes, please.
And she bows her head to you, very genteel like Rosalind. And she will escort you to the canticle.
And you said the letter with the Tremere symbols addressed to Jill?
It is a full parcel.
Okay. Oh, it's a full parcel.
It is a wrapped, cylindrical thing.
Interesting. she'll look at it, see who it's addressed to, think for a second, and just hand it to Jill wordlessly.
Jill's gonna take it and she's gonna look it over. Do I assume at this point I can recognize the Tremere seal itself, and she's kind of going to. Her brow is furrowed, and there's a little growl emanating from her throat for a second before she
Why don't I
shakes.
open that for you?
Do you want to?
Give it here.
Jill's gonna close her eyes for a moment and then just hand it over to Jack.
Jack's gonna sniff at it. Get the seal.
With your acute senses, scent, it's whatever this package is, it's been perfumed. It has the sense of linseed, and it has the sense of like hay grass. It's a very wild smell.
Jill's going to look to Rosalind really quick, and she's going to say, as Jack is doing that, she's going to say, "Is there anything I should be worried about opening that package?"
I don't know.
Due to the fear that Jack has over what could possibly be in the package, he'll open it for Jill.
Jill's going to get close.
As you open it, there it is, a like those little barrels that the Saint Bernards have on their necks in a lot of classic art. It's a small barrel like that. On the top of it, there's a small handwritten note that, for anyone that can read, it says, "You asked for a boon, consider this mercy as boon paid." And it is signed, "The First Among Equals."
Jill is going to read that aloud. And she's going to say, "The first among equals," what does that mean?
Yeah, Jack hasn't gotten that far in his research, for sure.
This is Luna double checking that I'm not being dumb. Is that Tremere? No?
Etrius.
Atreus, okay. Atreus.
Is there anything to, like, undo the barrel?
Yeah, it's got a cork, and then once you pop the cork, you can pull the top off.
Jack will do so.
It smells overwhelmingly of gore.
Yep.
As you open it, inside, there is the tongue, both eyes, both hands, and a human heart. And there is a singular ear. Jill, you recognize that ear most of all as the pierced ear of the scout that you sent towards
The unknown
the place
destination.
that... Yes.
She's going to take that ear, holding it, kind of letting her fingers run over it. And then those same fierce eyes, Rosalind, that she had when she first made that declaration, she's going to turn those to you again. but it's going to be a moment. She's going to... Where did I send them?
They should not have. No one should go to.
Then why were you so prepared to let Zelios go there?
I wasn't. I was going to dissuade him.
Is that where they're taking them, Rosalind?
Jack's got his hand like fisted around the barrel, and the wood is cracking.
Trying to maintain herself. It's going to take a moment, but she's going to... I keep wanting to say take a breath, but... she's just going to...
Just the awkward, like, stare, because you don't blink either.
Yeah. She's just staring at the ear and then looking back to Rosalind. She's... I think she's terrified. I think Jill is just... The anger and the frustration is there, but I would say like you would see the fear beneath it. And Jill is going to say, is this something else you cannot talk about?
I won't.
Or can't?
Both.
As payment for what we talked about a moment ago, Rosalind, I will not send further scouts towards that area.
Accepted.
Gisla's already gone, right? Okay. She's going to take the, she's going to attempt to take the cylinder from Jack. And then she's going to say, brother, when you have a moment, I would like to go into the forest with you.
Jack's got that 1,000-yard stare when Jill goes to grab for the barrel. Let it go.
Do you know how long I've been looking?
You shouldn't look.
That's what everybody fucking tells me. I'm gonna get you what. Meet you in the woods, Jill.
And he's going to give up the barrel and go find if any of his retainers are still at Rosal.
As Jack's leaving, she's not going to stop him. She's going to look sadly towards him, and then she's going to look back to Rosalind, and then she's going to say, I'm going to do my best to protect him and dissuade him. If you can't tell me what's there, be honest with me. How dangerous is that place?
Very.
As dangerous as Tremere himself.
Just be silent.
Jill's just going to nod her head. And then she's going to say, thank you, Prince Rosalind, for telling me what you could. I have a lot
It's
to
not.
think about. And I'm going to try to catch up to Jack before he does something that I would do. And she's going to step out.
Rosalind, it's at this moment, being alone, you have a few minutes to yourself for the first time in days. Over a week at this point. What does that look like for you?
He's just standing there, contemplating everything. Her first instinct is to contact Celestine, but she hesitates.
After a moment, there's a knock at the door.
She'll say, "Come in."
And Dominic enters the room.
Dominic.
I saw your coterie leave. Does that mean we're back to business as usual?
Not quite. Everyone's just taking a moment to themselves.
Just kind of looks around. Gets lonely at the top, doesn't it?
Do you need something?
I just came to inform you that I tracked down where Octavio went when he left here.
Oh, where is that?
He returned to Aquanum. He was digging in the old Roman burial ground there. And then he went north into the Carpathians, and my people lost track of him there.
Rosalind's small smile will drop. I see.
You know, I find that there's more in common between us older Bruja and you, Tremere, than we like to admit.
Elaborate.
We would die for our knowledge. Even greater, we would kill for it. The Assamites hate us both, so there's that. He smiles.
Rosalind laughs a little.
Have you eaten?
No. My blood doll's actually no longer with us.
But understandable. Would you like me to fetch one from the town and we can
Yes.
begin the conditioning?
Yes, please.
Of course. He nods his head. And he stops at the door for a moment and just looks over his shoulder. Take solace. Though you are lonely, it does mean that you are at the top. And there is something to be said for that.
Rosalind will nod and smile.
Dominic will make his way into the city to fetch someone to begin undergoing the conditioning of being a blood doll.
Yay.
Conditioning.
Jack, Jill. There are forested lands outside of Alba Iulia. It's sparse, but it's enough to move unseen should you choose. It doesn't take long for you to find each other. Love has a way of facilitating that.
Jack would have found a clearing where you could sky.
Look at the sky. Jill's going to, I would say she's probably going to give him like a moment, having followed not too long after him, but wanting to give him a moment by himself before stepping out.
There's blood tears in Jack's eyes.
Without a word, because she assumes Jack can smell her, she's just going to come and sit next to him and rest a hand on his. And
He'll squeeze Jill's hand.
And she's going to say, "I'm here, brother. Tell me what's on your mind. What troubles you?"
I've done some, Jill. And it was right there. And I still can't reach him.
He's gonna squeeze that hand again. She's gonna say your seneschal.
Rekva.
You spell that name for me?
I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
I'm not sure why we whispered that. Everybody can hear us. Hi, audience. How you doing?
Age whisper. What is the thing you said before? So I can't remember. Hushed tones? Whispered in hushed tones?
I whispered hushed tones. Jill's going to say, "This passion that you have." She's going to smile and she's going to say, "Do you love them?"
Yes. In my way, they were mine. And he was taken from.
Question, as and storyteller, because I think we've had part of this conversation already with Rosalind present, in a way. Is your seneschal back, or are they still missing?
Oh, he's gone.
Gone?
I have a stand-in seneschal.
Oh, okay. That's
But
good.
Zelios finds it funny because technically that's his grandchild. Or child. One of the two. Yeah.
That's interesting. But okay, so Jill would know that they're gone. That they're actually gone. Okay. Do you think where my scouts went, where Zelios was supposed to have been, where Rosalind refuses to talk about, is where he may be?
Maybe. Every lead that I have tracked is it somewhere that I can't reach and that can't be found. I found part of them.
I told Rosalind that I would dissuade you from going there. And I promised her that I would never send scouts there again. You know me. I am a woman of my word, or as much as I can be.
Maybe Zelios did have a point.
What point would that be?
Maybe Zelios is right. That my plans are going to get someone. That is why I kept you out of it. And I need you to stay out of it.
I think it's a little late for that, brother. I also may have in my anger accidentally, well, maybe not so accidentally, but definitely, you know me, may have threatened Rosalind for
What?
information, for protection. And I made up for it with that boon because I realized that I'm in this regardless now, at this point, Jack. And I would have been regardless because of you. You are my family, Jack. If we don't have each other, what do we have?
You have something you can look to now. And if you threaten Rosalind, you might have made it up to Rosalind, but that's not how that works. It could get back to her sire, or students at the Coterie, and then it spreads. And then they might take some you can't get. If they take something from you can't get back, and it might consume you. And I don't want to see that happen.
She's gonna lean in and give Jack a nuzzle. And then she's gonna say, you know me. You know how important family is to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't reach out to you about Scylla first. I hope you get to meet her. And for what it's worth, whatever it means, I will do what I can to help you find yours. But we must be careful about this. More careful than I have ever been. We can't jump into this. We saw how powerful that Tremere is. How capable all of them must be. This is not going to be a game won by brute force.
Good. You're catching on.
Better late than never.
It's in that moment that against the leaves of this forest, the sharp rapping of the sleet beginning to fall. And not in a small amount. It's unseasonable and it is strange, but this has been happening for 3 winters now. Unseasonably foul weather. Earthquakes, landslides, lightning storms. Seems tonight that the cards of the gods have drawn a rough sleet storm.
Getting worse.
And it will continue to get worse.
One thing at a time. We can tackle this. We can handle this.
Prioritizing what I got told.
That is what Hendrik has told me that word before.
Be careful.
Scylla knows.
Good.
I trust her with my domain while I'm out. Plus I have your Bruja that you sent me, who has made no sort of fuss within my domain.
I'm aware.
I'm sure she is keeping Hendrik on his toes.
So we deal with this. From there.
But we do have Hendrik. As we need him. He may know something.
Long. It's a long Jill. And you don't want to keep things close to home. Or your heart. I need to go find my people. And we should probably make sure that Gisela eats.
Yes, that is probably a good idea. We do need to keep in the top of our form. Have you eaten?
Something like that.
Are you hungry?
No. Right now.
Jill's going to stand then, and then she's going to turn towards Jack, and with a very familiar smile, she's just going to offer him her hand.
Jack will take it. And then go find the 2 replacement blood dolls for Rosalind. Do a quick check on Gisela, because if we've been traveling for 4 days.
And
Yeah.
Roxo is back in the city.
Good job, buddy.
He's currently getting stitched up at an apothecary. He caught a knife in the ribs in a tavern brawl, but he sorted his business. Guy owed him money over a game of dice and didn't want to pay up, but he got his coins. And that guy is never going to see the sunrise.
Good. Did you get my letter to Gisela?
I don't. I went to the city. I can't find anyone in charge. They say she is gone. I did what I could. I left it. I was leaving the city, and man who says he is blood husband shows up. So I give him a letter.
You're injured, so I won't be too harsh on you. But if I said to deliver a letter directly to someone, you deliver directly to someone.
Although I must say, I may have been gambling with that purse that you gave me, and so technically I prevented someone from stealing from you.
I should eat you. I should just eat you. Anyway, I need you to send
I beg your forgiveness, master.
I need you to send 2 of the red to Rosalind. I need to speak with her first, though. Get some sleep. You look like shit.
You look like dirt.
Before we left the forest, there was one more thing that Jill needed to do, and that was the remains that we got. Jill's going to find a quiet spot by a tree. She's going to open the container and then let the gore fall out. And she's going to place a hand on it. And then she's going to just whisper, "Thank you. May you return to the forest." And then she's going to go.
Gisela. The Canticle of Alba Iulia is quaint, but it serves your needs. The whole way, Anna Isabel is just doting on you. She's heard so much about you, that you've traveled so far, and you have seen so much of the world. I have heard of your great works with the brother Marius, and
She's having a real difficult time with her social interactions at the moment, but when she hears Brother Marius, immediately she goes, "What have you heard of Brother Marius?"
I have heard that once he was a heretic, but he had paid his penance. And
Yes.
I hear now he is doing work in the Isles of Brittany, converting the Irish.
Yes. Good reminder to add some to my prayers. What do you do for Prince Rosalind? I'm sorry, could you tell me your name again?
Forgive me, I am Anna Isabel de Madrid.
Anna Isabel.
Seneschal here in Alba Iulia.
Is Prince Rosalind a capable prince in your eyes?
The most capable.
Yes. Is she a godly woman, would you say?
I would say that she has no disrespect towards godly women.
So it's good to hear. I assume the duties of the Seneschal keep you quite busy. And I do not want to hold you here on my behalf. I am well familiar in the ways of communing with God.
Of course, I would not wish to intrude upon your peace.
I want to thank you, Anna Isabel. You have been a great comfort to me in this moment, although I cannot express it to you correctly.
I just wish there were more of my clan which clung to our roots with the church. This recent schism has made things difficult.
Oh my, yes. And I fear the schism will only grow in the coming years.
And we share the same fear, sister.
Cleave to God, my child. He will provide.
For it is him through our bounties flow, sister.
Yes, exactly. And she will kiss her on both cheeks.
She returns the gesture. And she will depart, leaving you alone in the canticle. There is a wizened old priest that you see moving around, but he leaves you to your peace.
She will walk to the altar, whatever is there. I don't know how elaborate Rosalind would have this place be?
It's more of like a reliquary than it is an altar.
All right.
It is, in all ostenses, it is a plain stone altar with an altar cloth, and embedded in the stone there is a saint's bone.
Is there a crucifix?
There is.
Cross? She will walk directly up to it, take her palms, hold it against the cross, and press until she can make symbols of the stigmata in her hands. Until they, unless she forces the vitae out, but until they are pierced. And then she will drag her hands down the altar, down to the ground, and that is where she will lay in communion with God. She will quietly whisper to the stone, but she's trying to communicate to God, asking him, calling him Divine Master, asking him to allow her to be the instrument of his will, begging him to allow her to not only understand, but to be understood.
Go ahead and make me a wits and occult, if you don't mind.
Actually, I do. That's a terrible roll for me.
We tell the storyteller no, and therefore it makes it fact.
Yeah. Hang on. I closed out of my dice roller for some reason. There we go. Yes, what is the difficulty on that? I didn't roll too bad.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4.
A specific verse comes to you in this moment of peace. It is from the book of Jeremiah. It is the 11th chapter and the 22nd verse. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will punish them. The young men shall die by the sword, their sons and daughters shall die by famine.
Remembering of that verse, could you give me that verse again?
It is the book of Jeremiah. It is the 11th chapter and the 22nd verse.
Jeremiah 11:27?
22.
22. Okay. So, with that specific verse, she's going to say, going to possibly misinterpret this, but she's going to say out loud, if anything happens to my child, I will turn away from everything that you have ever shown me and wanted from me. I will burn your creation so deeply, Morning Star himself will weep. And then she won't say anything further.
Before you realize that you have been in this state for the entirety of the night and through the day, the vision dawns on you. You see the 7-horned dragon with its circlet of stars. And you see it eating its own eggs. And you see the boot upon its neck. And you see the shining visage of Aldous with his sword, getting ready to plunge his blade into the skull of the dragon. And you see the face turns to you and reaches out. Palms stained black with blood.
Gisela will interpret that as she sees fit. She is convinced
Actually,
now.
if you wouldn't mind, also
yes.
roll me a wits and awareness.
Why do I keep closing out my dice roller? Stop doing that. Be professional. 3.
We'll say difficulty of 7.
Oh, okay. Same amount of dice. Ding. 0.
Okay. Continue.
She will. Can I spend willpower? I'm gonna.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's spend willpower. Okay. Wow. I'm glad I did that. What was the difficulty? 7?
7.
4 successes.
You see hanging from a leather thong from the belt of Aldous in the shape of the Archangel Michael. A plain, unadorned, carved wooden cup that shines with the light of Christ.
Okay. With that, then she's going to sit up immediately, get up out of that chapel. She needs to find Rosalind. She needs to find someone to write a letter. She has to write a letter to Aldous immediately. And she can't risk tugging on him via the Malkavian network because someone might hear her say, "Hey, you got the Grail, buddy? Hide it."
As you say.
Yep. Okay. So
As you all reconvene.
and she'll still be all stigmata-y when she's like goes all crazy out of the chapel looking for Rosalind.
Perfect. You all reconvene the next night in Rosalind's castle. Gisela bursting in, the perfect Delulu nun with her stigmata. Jack, Jill, Rosalind.
Gisela?
Are you
What?
okay?
I imagine she'd be like stained all over. I imagine she would have been crying, all bloody and gross.
Jill's gonna walk up and try to like touch her cheek. Are you okay?
And she'll do this, like, don't touch me, but this is stigmata here. No, I'm fine. I'm fine, Joe.
Your face.
Yes,
Can you
I will. Yes. Can you?
Only on the outside.
Prince Roslin, I'm so sorry. Could I possibly have parchment and ink?
Absolutely.
I very desperately need to write a letter, very desperately right now in this moment.
Absolutely.
Wunderbar.
Ink
Could you
and
bring
parchment
it?
are produced.
I imagine in the 80 years that they've been together, Gisela and Marius and Aldous, we talked about this before, that they have some sort of weird siphon
like
way.
A pigeon language.
Yeah,
Your own language.
because we talked about that. Yeah, and so she'll write that. So, and she's not going to try and hide it from anyone. So you want to watch her write it, and I think only Rosalind, who is like super literate, would notice that it's weird. It doesn't really make any sense.
It
Weird,
looks like
strange
the
language.
Same writing that everybody does. What are you talking about?
And what she's going to say is, she'll be very nice, obviously. Call him beloved. She misses him. All that good, great stuff. And then she'll be like, the cup, no. She'll, even that, she'll still be like, any holy items that you have, I need you to protect, hide, let no one know, something to that effect. Like, even in her pigeon siphon, she's still being surreptitious.
Sure. As you say.
This is scary.
And it is
Tremere
so...
want it!
As you say, so it is written.
Jack's seen Gisela like this the last time she went off with Anna
And the
Isabel.
paper's gonna be covered in blood.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh my god. Is it legible?
No, but he could touch it. He could touch it and
fine.
feel my feelings.
It's true.
We just can't touch it. It's
That's-
fine.
That's such the Malkavian love language.
I hope he doesn't hear what I said to God. I hope he doesn't get that from the letter.
We'll find
But,
out.
I mean, what if you
Everything
rolled
I
like
say.
10 successes?
As you
Hope
say.
you're super proud
So
of
it is
him.
written. A messenger will come and take it for you.
Well, she'll just sort of sit down.
Covered in
She's
blood.
been laying on the ground for a whole day.
Do
Did
you
you
need anything
and
to eat?
I could eat.
Is
Jack,
Dominic
what-
returned with? Oh, I guess
Yeah,
I have to be
it's the-
conditioned first.
It's the next night. He would have someone prepared for you by the next night for sure.
Oh, okay.
Time to lose another blood doll.
No,
Yeah.
Jack gave Rosalind 2 more. It's fine.
Oh, we're rolling in them now. Perfect.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's enough for each of
We're
us.
rich in blood dolls
We're rich in blood dolls.
and low in morals. So
did you and Anna is a good night?
I do not know. She escorted me to the chapel. We spoke a few words. That's all I remember.
You don't remember anything else that happened.
I was in communion with my God. And I am not at liberty to discuss those things.
Jill's just
Of
gonna nod
course.
her head.
Jack's gonna look at Rosalind and just kind of like worried face.
So Anna Isabel is here, Rosalind. Right.
Yes. Yes.
Good. All right. That
Did you believe I harmed her?
no, but you, in your current state, look like you've been through quite an
It looked like you were in a fight.
Oh, I am quite at peace.
Okay. Okay.
And she'll heal the stigmata, make her hungry.
Of course,
Gonna do
there's
anyways.
between the blood dolls. There's enough blood to go around.
Jill will eat. Yeah.
Rosalind, Dominic has assembled
God damn it.
your retinue.
Excellent. Perfect.
If you are for you to head that way.
Okay. Are we ready to go?
As ready as
we
I'm
have
ever
a-
going to be.
Do you have a girl who could clean my face?
Yes, of course.
I have no reflection in a mirror. So
Of
it's
course.
difficult. Usually Altus does it.
I'll have clean up.
And so you say it, so it is so. There's a young serving girl who gets you cleaned up. You are free to begin your reversal.
I'm gonna take another blood doll with me.
I want to take 2 just to be safe.
I was thinking about that.
Jack
You
gets
know
a
what,
little hungry now,
sure.
but it's okay.
Second time's the charm, guys.
I get
Come
those
on.
charm. Yep.
I don't plan on getting my eyeballs melted again, but you
That's
know,
fair.
Well, that's not
I
the thing
mean,
you
to be
plan
perfectly
for.
fair,
Yeah.
something much worse could happen.
Yeah.
something much worse will probably happen. There's a blank face on the storyteller, which means they're trying to give nothing away.
What more could Tremere do to us or the demon?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
It doesn't take very long. It takes about half the night. It takes about 4.5 hours riding in the carriage before you look out of your windows. You see that you're on a rough track up the mountains. You see that there's a many-turreted fortress with a single candlelit window. All the other windows are dark. The guards interact with your retinue for a moment before the gates part, and you're allowed into the courtyard, where servants with tarps have already put up a covered walkway from the edge of your carriage, the doors. The doors open, and you see that Sherazina is waiting for you in the reception area.
Before we enter, Gisela will just in very low tone say, remember about her brother. Yes,
And keeping hush-hush about it.
I would suggest it. And then she'll just totally change to a big smile for Sherazina.
She looks beautiful as always. Flawless skin, her hair has been perfectly manicured into a loose bun at the back of her head. She's adorned in jewelry, and her dress has vermilions and silvers, and is in a long trail behind her. But you do all notice that there are several bruises about her face and neck. And she smiles upon seeing all of you as you're brought in. It's been so long, my friends. Please.
Sherazina.
It's good to see you.
So good to see you.
Find peace. Please, come. My brother wishes to speak with you about the nature of your visit.
Of course. Jill.
She offers her arm to you, Rosalind, as she promised to escort you as you once escorted her.
You'll take it.
And as you're led through the castle, you see twisted ghouls. Not to the point of the ones that you saw in the battle in the forest that Mika had made. But you see ghouls with an extra knee in each leg so that they can bend and move at preternatural angles. You see ghouls with elongated necks and large, almost avian eyes. You see other ghouls that either have preternaturally long arms or a set of arms that they didn't have before. But they all at least look relatively human. Before you're moved into the room with the single candlelit window, where you see Dragomir sitting on a throne. His hair has paled from its usual deep brown to this kind of autumn wheat blonde. His eyes, his green eyes, which were once deep and emerald, are now like topaz or jade. He has a fur-collared robe, and he's wearing a small leather and gold circlet around his head. Stares like it's 1,000 miles away. Sherazina stops you in a place and moves forward and goes to kiss him, and he just kind of like very weakly responds, just kind of several seconds after contact, kind of leans in and nuzzles the side of her head. And one of these ghouls that has 3 extra joints in their fingers, these long spider-like fingers, hands him a scroll, and he opens it. He reads it. Or at least he should be reading it. His eyes stay in one place, never flickering, never moving. Before he rolls it up and hands it back to the ghoul and just weakly waves him away. Welcome to my home. I am unaccustomed to the receiving of visitors. I hope that my servants have not disappointed you in your... And he leans into an empty space as he asks that question. Reception. I hope the reception was not undue. I am sorry. Who are you?
Big question.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Don't let Jack talk.
If I read the soul, can I see if he's got a couple in there? See if he's got more than one.
Go for it.
What would that mean? What could ever that mean?
The diablerie do.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
Not the diablerie do.
Oh my
We
god.
would
in
never-
the box?
We would never do that.
What's in
Never
the soul?
ever.
What's
It's in the soul.
Stuff.
Yeah.
God,
it is
I'm
perception.
rolling. I know. I'm rolling great today.
Good job.
Somebody
Perception
stop
empathy,
me.
difficulty of 8.
Somebody stop me.
There's a lot of dark gifts and prophecies happening around these.
Guys, I don't know what. It's because I missed last week, I guess, and I'm making up
Yeah.
for it. God damn, look at that.
Oh, holy cow! Okay.
The
So
thing
how many is that total?
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The thing is that when you had me roll wits and awareness, I rolled nothing. I rolled like a bunch of 3s and 2s.
Okay.
Plays so far.
The dice are making up for it for you.
I guess.
So, as you read his aura, of course, it is pale. You do note that the colors are sharp and flicker very quickly. The main colors that you see are orange, light green, violet,
Oh,
and
dear.
dark blue.
Orange.
Yum.
You do see that there are black veins, which
Yeah.
striate his aura.
Mm-hmm.
And you also see these hypnotic little swirls that swirl around the edge of his aura.
Okay. Well, how can I convey this to everyone without letting them know? Because he has like sort of like conflicting feelings here, and then also he's done the diablerie do. There's no way really for me to convey it in the court. He's a little distracted, I guess. Yeah. Oh god, Gisela will just bow down with the knowledge that she'll have to hold on to herself for the moment and just say, you have been The entry into your domain has been most pleasant, my prince.
I am a voivode. I am not a prince. It is a word for the rest of you.
Forgive the lack in decorum, my voivode.
Sharazina, who are these? Who are these people? Sharazina says, they are old friends, Dragomir. He nods. Are they looking for Grandpapa? Sharazina looks to you all for a moment.
Gisela would be so hard not trying to make a face.
She says, they are here for you, brother. Alas, Grandpapa Ventil, he is no more. I am the master here now. So regrettable.
I was muted, sorry. What happened to him?
I have not tasted its like since that time. Tonight's Canaanites, they have so little breeding, so little refinement. You know. Resina, I'm so tired.
Gisela's gonna shoot a glance at Jill like...
Jack is going to grab Jill and pull her to him.
Sharazina just kind of rubs a little circle in the small of his back. And that's when he clocks Jill's question. My poor grandsire, I consumed him. His blood, it was of the purest, but he was so weak.
Jill's just not going to respond. She's just gonna look. Still, held close, I assume, by Jack.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He looks up and he says, Come, ghouls, come here. Now, you must tell me the truth you are to witness. Be kind, please. I am no player, and we so rarely have witnesses. And he stands in one of the ghouls that approaches. He moves over to them. He says, Grandfather, 'tis the dinner hour, and I hunger. The ghoul doesn't move. Dragomir looks at all of you with just the biggest puppy eyes. Bloody tears welling at his eyes before he turns his back. You all receive a wave of telepathy here in your mind. Just let him act this out. Before Dragomir turns around. Grandfather! I must feed. And in the blink of an eye, he crosses the space between himself and the ghoul and rips his throat open. You see his bottom jaw splits at the lip as you see that it is two jaws that come apart. And he bites in, just ripping and eviscerating gore and viscera flying in every direction as he bites. I need specifically our humanity vampires
Oh,
to go ahead and roll me a conscience.
a Rosalind with a conscience?
That's crazy. I don't know what that means.
That's wild. So we just roll our humanity dice?
Just your conscience.
What's my conscience? Oh, I got 4.
I have 4
It will
as
be
well.
at a difficulty of 8.
Oh,
That's high.
that's very high.
That's high. What's all that about?
Are we gonna have to pick up and run with some humanity kindred or Canaanites? Oh, okay, all right, cool.
2 successes.
This is gonna get messy, isn't it?
Okay. Both of you with 2 successes. You feel that very human response of you're watching someone be murdered. And I will let you act with that or not act as you see fit. But either way, you are not going to take any superficial path damage.
Not for us. Gisla's gonna not do anything untoward. But she is going to be a very overt in the sense where she's going to cross herself and she is going to pray on her rosary for this dead person. Dying person.
Rosalind is doing nothing. Just no
Oh, that's right.
I don't have.
You don't have any empathy?
No.
Oh, wow.
But you're human. But you're on the path of humanity.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That
We
must
call
be
it the
very
in my
good.
we
head.
call it the sociopath
I
path.
was about to say, that sounds like a bit of a conflict of interest.
It's the sociopath, you know.
Yeah.
But,
Call it the Ted Bundy path.
Oh my god. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
So
as a premiere.
It takes a few moments, but he does drain the school. Or just...
Peaked so loud.
It
that
just
was
begins to like...
It
just
peaked
begins
so
to-
loud, we heard nothing. We just saw your face. So you might want to do the laugh again
No, we
because
saw
I'm
your
sure it was.
face, and then we saw Az's face.
Yeah, but we
fine.
heard not the
It's
laugh.
fine.
It's just this high-pitched, maniacal laughing that fades with each chuckle and each move until it becomes a mournful sobbing. He lays there holding the ghoul. Grandfather. Grandfather. And he shakes him, pats his face. He's, Grandfather, no, this is not. And then it just totally breaks, and his face becomes normal, completely unemotive. Bloody tears running down his face as he stands. Now, give me your honest opinion. Was there truth in this act?
It's terrifying. I'm not saying that as Jill. I'm saying that as Azure. Sorry. I gotta clarify that. As somebody who has taken the danger sip, the blood Capri Sun, do I have any inclination as to what could be happening here?
I mean, he's all but said it.
We watched
is
it
a-
play out.
Yeah.
This
no,
is a pantomime of him eating Ventila Bassaram.
Okay, gotcha. Well, no, I guess what I was saying is how much of how much are we seeing of like that's him versus what could not be him?
It's hard to say.
Okay.
Just to be clear, the question was, how much truth is in this? Was this question?
Yeah,
He says, now give me your honest opinions. Was there truth in this act?
Gisela will say, I do not believe you could have shown us so much emotion and performance without even a little bit of truth.
There is truth and passion.
And there's truth in grief. And in desire and need as well.
And in death.
You know.
just squeeze, chill.
He nods. He kind of stumbles backwards and stumbles into his chair and relaxes at what can't be an actually relaxing angle. His spine is twisted and curly-cued. And no. Why have you... What? We're getting there! Why have you come here?
Looks directly in Rosalind's face.
Well, you see,
I don't mean to cut you off, but as you begin, lightning strikes. Hellish downpour of rain. Enough that it begins to shake the glass windows as you speak. Please continue.
Thank you. She'll actually stop at that and, taking it back a little bit. Yeah. There's no easy way. There was a great threat to all of Transylvania, to all of our domains. She'll kind of glance around at everyone, make sure that no one's...
But this threat is something that we are attempting to contain.
Mm-hmm.
And Prince Rosalind has been shown such a way to do this by the great Mason, Zelius.
The builder, yes, he built this castle for Ventila. For Grandpapa.
Voivode Dragomir, I believe, should you allow Lady Rosalind to carve this rune into your keep, you may feel better, more at peace.
Peace is a little lie. Peace is a lie. But let's play a game.
Was sollen wir spielen?
I will let your witch carve the runes. But yes, I know, it's a great plan. I will hunt you. And if you can hide little rabbits long enough for your witch to carve the runes, you will leave. And we will have played the game.
Hunt me.
Yes.
Not them. They need to help her. But you can chase me. I'm very slow. I have a gait.
Looks up to Sherazina. Yes. Yes. I will hunt the Nan. And the rest of you will scratch on the walls like the rats in the cellar. Oh.
She'll look at all three of you. Go now. Bitte.
Yeah, sure.
Sherazina, show them to the cellar where they can be rats. Sherazina nods. Please, come with me.
Gisela.
Will you be alright?
We will find out if I'm here when you return. Remember your promise to me.
Jack's gonna reach out a hand to stop before he makes contact.
Another. And you can
There's one
see
canine life to stop this.
that the lightning has struck the peak of one of the other mountains, and you see a whole peak of a mountain slough off the side, crashing into the valley beneath. The rain picks up to a point where one of the windows the wind begins to howl through the now shattered window like the baleful cries of a lone wolf.
And Gisela just keeps staring at all of you.
Jill is going to just say, whispering in soft tones.
Whispering in hushed tones.
When I have faith in you. And she's
Carve your wound. I'll be here.
Rosalind will nod.
You best be quick.
Be the better
Yes.
hunter.
Rosalind, how long did you say you needed?
How long would I need?
An hour, I think, was the last estimation.
Oh.
Hour or two?
About 2 hours.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. My bad. Okay. All right. I gotta be fast.
Yeah.
You got us to help you. You got the two you got an illiterate gangrel and a semi-literate gangrel.
Yeah, but they got nails.
Yeah, we can carve stuff.
If he does actually want to hunt Gisela, or if he's too addled to do it, but she will, of course, use Unseen Passage or Unseen Presence, whatever it's called.
Sure.
And if he comes near her at any point where she can catch his eyes, she will attempt to use Soul Hunting on him.
So Sherazina escorts the three of you down many, many flights of stairs into the cellar. And as they disappear from view, Dragomir just looks up and you see his whole demeanor change, Gisela. Looks strong. Eyes flash with that baleful green. It's time for you to hide, little rabbit.
And she will.
Go ahead and give me a dex, stealth, and obfuscate.
Those fucking eyes, man. 2, 4, 6. I can count. Sorry, I wish I had real dice. But I don't. And what is the difficulty on that?
I'm gonna let you choose. Now,
okay.
from 5 to 9 or 10 depends on the kind of hiding spot you're looking for. And if you're going to stay in one spot or move between spots.
No, I can use unseen passage, so I'm going to move between spots.
Okay. So let's go with an 8.
Okay. That's 3. But because I want to live, I might spend willpower on this.
Sure.
Because I
Sure.
want to live.
Yeah.
That's a good
Fair.
reason. That's a good reason.
That is a good reason.
Doesn't help. 3.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Successes.
That's 2 points of willpower I spent. Goddamn. Couldn't roll
So-
good forever.
Giesel, as you begin to move through the castle, unseen, unheard.
Oh yeah, I also have Silence of Death. Can I use that, like,
At the same time?
tandem? Yeah.
I love silence.
Absolutely. As you move, unseen, unheard, you get a glimpse of this castle. It is in disrepair, certainly. As you go for one hiding spot, slipping into a door that was already open, you see that a whole wall is showing signs of lightning damage, and that the half of the wall has fallen out and is exposed to the outside. As you're in there for a moment, you hear Dragomir's heavy footsteps. If you go
What?
I can smell you, little rabbit. And yet his footsteps pass the door and plod off until you hear nothing else. As you move from there, I need you to make me a Dex Athletics roll.
Ooh, that's not gonna go good. That's gonna go real bad.
It's like prop hunt, right? Where you just need to stay very, very, very still.
Just buff your, buff
I
your
may as well.
strength.
I may as well
Yeah.
not, because the amount of dice I have for that is 2.
And
The
you
difficulty
have
is
full.
7.
Cool. No.
Oh no.
Oh,
Gisela is not good for that.
The mimic eats Huddy.
That's fine. I'll miss you guys.
Oh no.
See you for
That is
Berlin
going
one
to
night.
be 1 level of aggravated damage.
Cool.
As you exit the room and thinking you heard him move far enough away, a sword comprised completely of Ventila Basarab's rib bones swings and slices into what would be the open air, but is your body obfuscated.
To break
Now.
my obfuscation.
We're getting to that. You can spend a willpower point to stay obfuscated, or you can drop your obfuscation taking damage. It is your choice.
I will drop the obfuscation taking damage because I've already spent a lot of willpower.
Okay.
And can I catch his eyes?
Sure.
I would like to use soul haunting on him. I'd like to really make him feel bad about eating grandpapa.
Let's do it.
Okay.
That sounds
All
like
right.
I'm a little bit better at that.
That sounds like a fun ability.
Pulling
Eh,
out the demontation.
yeah.
Alright. Let me check the roll for that really quick. Come on. Don't be like that.
I was about to ask, did he seriously make a sword out of his grandfather? And then it's like, wait a second.
Are you looking for like what the what the
Haunt the
whatchamahoochie-
soul.
What
The
the
difficulty
whatchamahoochie
is equal to the perception plus self-control. Well, it'd be instinct in this case.
Mhm.
So for
Yeah.
Drago
Manipulation plus
man-
empathy versus perception plus self-control / instinct. You could have just asked me to roll it down. I'm a professional.
I love it. I love it. So for Dragomir, that is going to be his perception is 3, and his instinct is also 3. So the difficulty is going to be 6.
So much better when I'm doing weird, wibbly wobbly Malkavian shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got this, you're gonna win.
Was it 6? Math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hell yeah.
6 successes. So, this effect is going to last 9 months.
Okay. But I can stop it, right? Can I stop
Yes.
it? Okay. Yeah. I just want to make it last until everyone comes back, if that's cool.
Okay.
Then I will let him go, and hopefully the rune will make him feel better a little bit.
Okay.
I would just like to make him sad and cry, and I'll hold him while he cries.
Mm-hmm.
Just
So
don't
what
forget
I'm
about the
going to do-
jaw.
Stroke his hair.
Is while he is receiving these visions, I am going to roll a frenzy check.
Okay, sure. That makes sense. Using Malkavian logic, which is not like everyone else's logic.
Which, fortunately, he comes nowhere near failing.
He wants Gisela to stroke his hair. It's okay.
Who doesn't?
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, exactly.
With an astounding 7 successes on his roll. Yeah, he doesn't frenzy. He just this onwelling of emotion. The sword in his hands drops. Hey. Father, no. Oh. And he just collapses into your arms.
Yeah, and she'll be very much like, come, mein Sohn. Komm bei mir und wir sollen zusammen weinen.
And he falls, he buries his head in your chest and just weeps.
And then she'll stroke his hair.
As that's occurring,
I just want to say bravo to that.
the rest of you have reached your destination in the cellar. There are bottles of vitae and wine and mixes of the two. Dusty, old. But you may begin carving.
Do I need
at
to roll
your
anything?
pleasure. Yes.
Can us be
There-
able to help with this?
Yes. You can both give Rosalind an extra die to roll here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, doing it.
Rosalind,
Yes.
this will essentially be because you are carving from reference.
Mhm.
This is a perception and occult.
Okay. I don't think my specialty counts here.
Your specialty being
Blood magic.
does not. This
I
is
think so.
geomancy.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Alrighty. So 3. And then 5 makes 8. What's the difficulty?
Since you are not unaccustomed to runecraft, I'm gonna say 7.
And I got a 2 dice bonus?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm rolling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dice.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I may have spoken too soon. I may have to willpower. We're gonna see though. I think that was a 9. And then... Okay. I think...
You got the extra 2 dice from us, right?
Yes. I think I will willpower this, actually. Got 3. I don't know. Jesus Christ. Much better. Okay. 2, 3, 4. So far is 5. And then... 7, 8.
So the first hour of carving the runes goes well. You manage to make your marks both efficient and as good as you believe yourself to be capable. As you're moving through that first hour, when you begin to reach the end of that hour, you all feel, regardless of your place in the castle, the earth shifts. The rumble of an earthquake shaking the ground. Gisela, from where you are up in the halls, you can see through a window. Another landslide takes out the whole eastern courtyard wall as it slides off the side of the road. You swear for a moment you see licks of green balefire coming out of the dirt. Can have him, Reesma! As it rips through your psyche, I need you to make me a roll that is your current willpower. You can't have him. He is mine.
That shook my headset. That terrified.
Yeah, the door.
Was the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be 7. 2. You manage to hold on to your demontation as you feel the very basis of your powers quake, nearly quelled by what this demonic energy that you feel pouring over you at this point.
She will respond if she's able to hold on to him and say, "For jetzt, ist mein."
As you say. Rosalind, another roll, please.
Okay.
You got this.
10 more dice.
You can use the whole feral claws to
Yeah.
carve the runes and everything. Like,
I love this image of just like 2 claws.
Yeah.
it's finger painting.
And then over there, while you're waiting, Jill was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, finger painting for demons.
Love that.
I'm gonna
Okay.
spend another willpower.
Oh, no.
10, but I rolled a 1.
Don't you hate that? They're the worst.
It's
You
the
can roll all
worst.
your dice again.
Yeah.
This is feet. Dark Ages, everything's fine. Roll high for finger painting with demons.
This
Wait, what's
episode should be
happening?
called I Spend Willpower.
Spend willpower.
This is like the first time I've been spending willpower. The fuck?
Oh.
Finger painting with
Christ, is so
demons.
much better. Okay. That's an 8.
So we're just like carving it into the while she tells us what to do. We're just
9.
carving it into the wall.
Yeah.
And she's like, more passion.
No
That's
No
that.
energy. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
That's
Very
much
well.
better.
That is.
6 successes. With that 6 successes, you draw to the end of the second hour. This is a complex runic formula of the greatest of magnitudes. Now I need all of you, and I will be making a roll for Dragomir as well.
No.
A dex and athletics roll.
Oh, thank God.
Well, I'm going to
that's
fail.
1,
easy. Yeah,
2,
can I
3, 4.
blood buff?
I'm gonna blood buff as well.
You can blood buff, yes.
I've never done it before.
You just spent a point of blood, right?
Spend a point of blood, add 2 to your pool.
Cool.
That's 9
Yeah.
dice for me innately.
And if you're blood buffing your physical, just in case we come across this at any point in the future, if you blood buff, it buffs the whole category. So if you do your social, it is your appearance, your manipulation, and your charisma. For physical, it is your strength, dex, and stamina. It's not just a single attribute, it's the whole column.
Blood buff really saved my life in the vignette. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
9 dice for
Thanks.
me. Let's go. What's
9?
9. That must be 9.
Sorry, just to be sure, blood buff you get to add 2. That I did
2
hear
dice.
that correctly. Okay,
Yes.
because I only had 2 to my name, and this is what I rolled.
There you go.
So,
Doubled your
Same.
pool. Doubled your
Yeah.
pool.
so
That's what I did.
I got that's pretty nice for me.
What was it?
That's pretty nice.
That's pretty good.
The difficulty was
2.
7.
7?
On this episode of Burn All the Willpower,
That is 6. I rolled 2 10s and 2 7s.
I rolled 4 1s. So we're
Oh
just gonna.
my god.
Yeah, no.
Can you do a double botch?
It's just a botch, unfortunately.
That's a shame.
4.
Okay.
But there's no 1s.
I just want to be clear. Dragomir, in his dementated state, will not be able to use willpower, and the boy botched.
Oh no. It makes sense,
Rough.
but oh no.
So this is what occurs. As you finish the runic script, as you settle the geomancy, the earth rumbles with a terrible reckoning. Multiple strikes of lightning, if Gisela was curious and would like to recall this at any point. 6 strikes of lightning. All simultaneously strike around the castle. Parapets and towers begin to fall off from the lightning damage. The earth splits open, splitting this castle directly down the middle. As this cavern opens up, Gisela, you manage to push yourself back, reaching out for Dragomir. But he tumbles backwards, looking down. You hear the faintest. I'm coming, grandfather. As multiple rooms of this castle begin to cave in, rock falling, you find all of yourselves, you find yourself scrambling back into this courtroom that you were previously in, where everything stops. The rain, shifting of the earth, the lightning, all of it stops. The clouds clear, as if by divine hand. Sterling half moon hangs in the sky in pure view that you can see through the broken window. Sherazina looks to you, Gisela. Where is my brother? Where is Dragomir?
I am sorry,
Oh, no.
Colin. He succumbed. He fell.
Did you do it?
I did not. I tried to help him. I tried.
Twins. He's been with me since the womb.
She'll take her hands.
He was just sick.
Yes, he was. I wanted to help him. I wanted to Sarun, I knew it would help him, but there's a force greater than us infesting these lands, and it took him. It told me he wanted him, and I tried to stop it, and I could not. I am not strong enough.
There are no male Basarabs to rule here. I will be. I am not enough to maintain this land.
I find
Why
that
not?
hard to believe.
They will never accept it.
Lady Rosalind, you have great friends with Mika Vikos. I'm sure he would sway any of the Voivodate to let Sharazina rule these lands, or...
I am a revenant. I am not of the blood. I cannot. I'm pledged to be married. Basarab name will die.
What do you want?
My brother.
I am sorry, Sharazina, that we cannot do. We cannot return him to you. And you need time to mourn and time to grieve before you make such large life or unlife decisions. But I suggest that Prince Rosalind, at the very least, to say we are sorry for what has happened, would write to Mika Vikos. Perhaps they could send someone here from the Voivodate to help facilitate all of this. What do you think, my prince?
I think that's an excellent idea.
It will not matter. I have been pledged to marry Radu of Bistritz. This land will become part of his domain, now that Dragomir is not.
Pardon my ignorance. The Basarab name would die anyway, as Radu cannot produce children. Or can he?
No, but Dragomir... He was modified for it to be possible.
Wie bitte?
You have been great friends to me, so this cannot pass from this room.
And it shan't.
Dragomir had been vicissitude to make himself viable for mortal reproduction.
Giselle will cross herself.
That is possible?
Giselle,
Not for you.
This is Revenant. He is a Revenant bloodline. Different. Different to ghouls, different to Canaanites. It's different. Now, you've lived long enough in Transylvania. You should find a Smitsi and speak with them about their culture. Sherazina, allow Prince Rosalind to speak with Mika, and allow us. We have all spent time in the court of Prince Radu. Allow us to speak to him on your behalf. We can come to some sort of arrangement. You helped us, you allowed us to put the rune in the land, and in the keep to heal the land, to help confine Kupala. We must repay you in some way. You must allow us to do this. Kiesel's very guilty.
There is nothing to repay, is there? At least this land will remain in the hands of the Voivodate. I do care for Radu. He has been a friend. He has been a constant companion in letters since I was a little girl.
I am also
quick
good friends with the
sidebar.
Seneschal.
Quick sidebar. That's fucking gross.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna be the one to say it.
No,
All
it's
of it's
foul.
gross.
But this is the fucking Dark Ages. Foul
Yep.
shit like that happens.
Yeah.
No. Alright.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Sorry. Quick sidebar. That was a quick sidebar for me.
I'll just say I'm also good friends with Radu's Seneschal, Fleur. I know that you believe there is nothing to be repaid, but I hold myself responsible for what happened to your brother. And whatever it is that you require of me, I will do this. I grant you a boon as the Prince of Kronstadt, Lady Sherazina Basarab.
As you say. But I have not forgotten that I have yet to repay you for breaking the chains of bondage that were thrust upon me in Budapest.
That is nothing to repay there. You gave me a cloak and a dress. That means more to me than perhaps you could understand.
Stay here tonight. Leave in the morning. Any time.
Jack is gonna walk up to Sherazine and place a hand on her shoulder and
She nods. There is nothing more to be said.
For what it's worth,
The
I understand what you must be feeling. And should you ever need it, you will always find sanctuary within the Borgia Pass. We need to get away.
Sleep well. Sleep well, Canaanites. The day is unkind to you, and the sun is swiftly rising. She motions to the ghouls, who will shepherd you off to rooms that are what few rooms after the massive destruction of this castle are still fit to keep the sunlight away from you as you rest. To narrate our way out of this episode, it's not often in the world of darkness that we find ourselves in, and especially in these dark ages, where one can definitively claim that what they've done is not only heroic in the sense that Canaanites, who will come to be known as kindred, are unreliable narrators, and heroics are often villainy by another name. But this is not one of those moments. With the completion of Zelios's geomantic web, a great evil has been put to sleep again. An evil that does not just strip away the resources of Canaanites, but has slain farmers and innocents whose cult sacrifices innocent babes to the fires, stoke its power, and you've quelled that. You've made a definitive stride, and I would like to, for no experience expenditure, raise each of your paths by 1. For the humanity paths,
Oh my god.
you have done something truly heroic. You've saved countless lives. And over the span of time that will occur between this game and the next, I'm sure you'll realize that. And for our 2 paths of the beast, you've identified a quarry. You've identified prey that goes beyond the satiation of your need for blood. You found a prey that despoils and desecrates the wild lands that birthed you, that infects them with madness and corruption. Arnulf talks so much about great battles. And this is a battle for the very heart and soul of the land, and you have struck a strong and decisive blow. And with that, there are many, many years, nearly a century in fact, that this poor weather ceases. That life returns to relative normality in Transylvania. That relative normality being the darkness that Canaanites live in. And where we will be picking up this game nearly a century from now, next week, will be the year 1413. So, we're going to go ahead and go around and introduce ourselves one last time before we bid you all good time zone for the evening. As I said at the beginning of this session, I have been Avery. I've been literally everyone else who is not about to introduce themselves. You can find me at Golden Guidian on all of the social medias. And I play the debonair debutante, the cunning linguist, the bard extraordinaire, Calamus Acarus on Witcher, The Ways of Old, here on the Rolling Nomads. So let's go ahead and throw it on down to the wonderful Druid by Night.
That's me. Hi, Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night ideas. I stream here on the Rolling Nomads. I, as well as Rosalind, I also play on Ways of Old. And in Are We Dead Yet? Play Theodora Winters. So it's me in a handbasket.
I hate to take that handbasket from you, but you were super cutting in and out. I'm so sorry.
I hate myself.
I think no, but I think
The handbasket came through. Okay, that's the
Jets was
part.
there. I think the important bits were in there.
But if you want, to give it another go, I'm sure we wouldn't mind.
I'm Luna, where I play.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
We tried.
Was much better.
Was made.
Hey,
Okay.
that's
fine.
Luna at Druid by Night. You can catch them streaming at Druid by Night. They play Theodora Winters on Are We Dead Yet? They play Rosalind, the Prince of Albiulia and of Clan Tremere here. They play Cersei Aveline, everybody's favorite sorceress on Witcher Ways of Old here at Rolling Nomads. Watch their fucking streams, damn it.
Yeah.
Avery, just do that for us. Do me nice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Nope.
Great.
Here we go.
Just do that for us.
No,
You got
it. It's all, I really... let's go ahead and throw it over to the Azure Butterfly.
Was that me or Az? Because I only heard Az.
Azure
That's
Butterfly.
The Azure Butterfly, yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm the Azure Butterfly, Azure for short, or simply Rachel. I can be found at theazurebutterfly.ttv. I am also the creative director over at the Rolling Nomads. I play Prince Juliana Volstadt here on Transylvania Beckons. I'm also Ingrid of Sintra on Witcher Ways of Old. And I also have my Azure Storytelling Studio happening on Thursdays on Rolling Nomads. Yeah, that's me in a handbasket.
Wonderful. Great. With this handbasket's getting a lot of use today. Huddy von Schland.
Hi, I'm Huddy. I don't play any other characters anywhere else because I'm too busy storytelling games. But I play. I'm a storyteller for Blood on the Grand Strand, Are We Dead Yet, and upcoming shows Hunter the Reckoning and Vampire the Masquerade shows. And I played Sister Gisela von Heidenheim, the Prince of Kronstadt. We'll see if she's still Prince of Kronstadt when we come back.
Love it. Love it. And last but not least, Az.
Hello, I'm Az on the day-to-day, as I was on the social media, because I think I'm funny. You can catch me here on the Rolling Nomads, playing Jack, the gangrel prince of Sigisera, who's making some choices. It's fine. You can also find me here playing Relg, everybody's favorite criminal, ? And Sawyer on Huddy's game, Are We Dead Yet? Which comes back next year, and I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm.
Excited.
As soon as this game is over, we're all meeting up for that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I hate my free time.
Great.
It's fair.
Yeah. So that's been us. Yeah. Good time zone. That's us in a handbasket. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Same bat channel, same bat time. Thank you all. Have a good night.